So you started your business, you've launched your site. It's been about 2 months. Sales are not what you expected, but you have to market yourself and you have to market your brand. This is the same for influencers and beauty brands alike. But collaborations are not as cut and dry as you may think. They're not very simple. So I've made a list of the things that I think you should look out for as a brand owner, as well as an upcoming influencer, that I think people really do need to know. Let's talk. Before you accept that brand collaboration, before you extend a collaboration as a business owner, here's some things that I really do think that you need to know that a lot of people may not know. Now, this comes from my knowledge of just being on YouTube for about 5 years now. I think it may be a little bit more. And on Instagram, you guys know, if you were here from the beginning, I've only started my Instagram because of my YouTube channel. And now that my brand is back better than ever, I started an Instagram for that as well. So I can give you both sides as how it's been going. Now, my website has only been out for 2 months, just about. But I have been doing brand collabs and branded content for some years now. So I think that I have a good grasp on what is needed on both sides of the fence. And really, a friend of mine prompted this video. How they accepted product from a brand without asking things that I think that they really should have. And it just made me think that this could help someone, because I've already been through all of it. So let's get into it. The first thing you want to consider when accepting a brand deal or collaboration is, what are they offering? Are they offering you free product in exchange for content? Are they offering you the free product just to try with no obligation to post? Now, that one is really good for you, I think, if you're just starting out, because if they're sending you product with no obligation to post, you now have new product, new supplies, but you also have lots of content that you can do using that product. Early on, I have no problem accepting product with no obligation to post, and have with like Maybelline, Garnier, Milk makeup, because one, when you do post, they'll look at you and are more likely to send you more product. But now you have content. Now you can do an unboxing. Now you can do first impressions. You can do a try on. You get what I'm saying? There are so many things that you can do with that product just to make sure that you have enough content and you benefit the most out of it. What is the brand getting? The brand is getting marketing. Because whether you like the product or not, people are gonna look it up, people are gonna try it. I've seen a product that I saw didn't work for some people and thought, maybe I can make this work. That's a video idea. That's something that you need to consider. Now, for your brand, if you're just starting out, if this is a brand new brand, listen, I'm with you. I know how much everything costs. I just dropped so much on a new product that you're not gonna have it right away to be able to offer payment in exchange for content. So you may want to reach out and extend a no post obligation gifting opportunity. It'll be a gifting opportunity is what it'll be called. And for marketing purposes and posting, a lot of times they will ask you to just put a hashtag or let them know that it's gifted, so that people know that this was given to you, but it wasn't sponsored. Sponsored is when they pay you to have an ad placement, to try the product, to put a review out. Keep that in mind, please. So no obligation to post. Gifting opportunities are great. Reach out if this is your brand. Say, hey, my brand, we're dropping this. We like to know if you'll be interested in a gifting opportunity with no obligation to post. Because a lot of times if they like it, they'll post it. If they make content, they may post it. A simple tag, depending on the influence, could really make people go, you know what? Let me check that out. And it'll drive engagement. It'll drive clicks to your site, clicks to your page. So if you own a brand, that is not a bad option. You are essentially paying in product for a chance for them to use it. It's still marketing. But gifting opportunities are a great way to get your product and your brand out there. Gifting opportunities are great to get you out there and you be seen by these brands because when you love their product and you try it for the first time, one, you will be more likely to post it. You have the content, like I said, but you'll repurchase if you really like it. So please keep that in mind. Now, if they're offering a payment, upfront ask what's their budget. Tell them what you charge. What are your prices? You don't have to accept anything that you don't want to. You don't have to accept lower than your price. If you feel like it's a good opportunity and their budget isn't as high, that is completely on you, but you should know that. And you should make that decision before you accept any product. Do not accept product if you're not 100% sure that you, one, want to go through with it, two, have the time. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Now, the third option that often happens is commission. Hey, we'd like you to be an ambassador. We'd like to give you an affiliate code for yourself and your followers. Is this a good option for you? I feel like up-and-coming influencers, even up-and-coming brand owners, sometimes an affiliate, like for your brand, an affiliate code is great when you offer commission, because now you have essentially a sales rep. You will be a sales rep pushing your code for that commission. People don't think about that, and I think that more people should. With an affiliate code or commission-based payment, you are pushing that code. You now have to talk about it all the time. If you don't have a really, really big following, it is hard for small creators to push affiliate codes, because first they're going to come from your family and friends, and we've already talked about that. They're not your target audience. They're not your main demographic, right? And that reach only goes so far. Pushing codes and tagging them all the time and having it in your description box that honestly a lot of people don't read can get you nothing. And I've seen a lot of commissions capped at 20%. Do you really want to be making content and constantly posting and pushing your code for 20%? That's something that you have to decide. And if that's something that you want to do, because you're essentially a salesperson, you're essentially in marketing when you're an influencer, but pushing that code can be exhausting. So please just keep that in mind if that's not something that you think that you want to even deal with. Trust me, I probably pushed a few codes, got a couple dollars, and said, yeah, I'm good. Truly. So keep that in mind when their payment is commission. Always remember that means that you are a sales rep for that company. The next thing I want to talk about that a lot of people need to ask. Now, obviously, with no obligation to post gifting opportunities, there are no deliverables. But what are the deliverables that are expected of you from this collaboration? Up front, as a brand owner, you should say it. I get a lot of emails now when brands reach out or their reps reach out like, hey, here's what we would like in the initial email. We'll send you this. We would like this by this time. This is what we need from you. Sometimes you have to talk to them to get a little bit more information. Sometimes you have to reach back out and say, hey, thank you so much for reaching out to me. I'm interested in hearing more about a possible collaboration. When you do that, that's when they'll start to break down everything that's needed. A lot of companies, bigger companies, will also extend a contract. That is great. I love a contract because I know exactly what I'm getting into before I agree to do anything, before I let you send me any product. Some won't have a contract, and honestly, that will be on them. Because now there's nothing really binding you to create the content, but sometimes those deliverables can seem so unrealistic for their budget or just for a gifting opportunity. And remember, you can always turn that away. You can always just say no. I've seen companies reach out, and personally, I've had companies reach out and say, hey, we'd like to send you this product. What is your budget? But when it came down to the deliverables, it was, hey, we need 5 posts. We need in-feed posts. We need story posts. We need a dedicated video. We need reels at least 30 seconds long. And it's like, you're not paying for all of that. Sometimes brands disregard your time because their deadlines are not feasible, and it all depends on when you get the product that they want you to push, because essentially that's what's happening. And you have to factor in what's going on in your life. 5 videos, 5 posts, I have to be creative. I have to be engaging. I have to sell this product for how much? Guys, it has to make sense. It has to make sense for you and it has to make sense for them. But most importantly, protect yourself. If it doesn't make sense, say no. Don't agree. Don't sign on, because a lot of times they don't take into account how much it takes to make content. You're not just sitting at home. It's not just, oh, this was done on the first take, but now I have to edit it. I have to make it engaging. Right now, a big thing are the captions. You now have to go in and put the captions. You have to have good music. You have to have sometimes royalty-free music, or choose trending music if you're going to be posting on Instagram Reels or TikTok. Again, that would also be in their deliverables and what is required of that collaboration. They would want to, if they want to repost it, they'll let you know, like, hey, please use royalty-free music so we can post it and not get a copyright strike. You know, that's completely reasonable. But sometimes the deliverables and the deadline just don't make sense. And you have to decide what is right and what is best for you. What makes sense. Always keep that in mind. Now, what goes along with the details and the deliverables are the deadlines. What is the deadline? Can you make that deadline? Also, keep in mind that sometimes the deadline is just for you to send over that initial post. If it is YouTube, a lot of times brands want you to send over an unlisted published video so they can see what it's going to look like when it goes live. That includes hashtags in the description, that includes thumbnail, that includes title and the actual video. They want to see that. Some want to approve it. Now, do I feel like that sometimes can make for a disingenuous review? It can, but you have to, again, that is on you. Sometimes they just want to make sure that their content is ad friendly. So, and they'll tell you, guys, no cussing, relax. They'll tell you to tone it down. And sometimes you have to tone it down, but that doesn't mean you have to change who you are and your personality. Just don't curse, guys. That's all. I've had that before. I've also had a collaboration where they sent me the product. I had it ready. I was having issues with it, and I talk about this on my channel. I was having issues with the actual product and let them know ahead of time. I had the video ready at the deadline, but when I sent it to them, because it wasn't a review that they were happy with, they had me scrap it. Now, what happens there? This was very early on too. What happens there? I just basically wasted my time. That's all. They don't care. So with those videos, if you're willing to accept a gifting opportunity, make sure that it's worth it to you. Gifting opportunities where they want to pre-approve your video, I'm going to say no. It's going to be a hard no for me, again, because you will waste your time. And that's just things that you learn along the way. Again, I've been on YouTube for a little while. Is my channel huge? No. Have I still had big brands reach out to me? Yeah, I have. It's not always your followers. Some brands want to give you a chance or want to appear as if they are giving smaller creators a chance. Take it. I'm sorry. If it's just a gifting opportunity with no obligation to post, it's a win-win for you. If it is a gifting opportunity for, sometimes their sales, like I'll tell you in my personal experience, I had a collaboration with Juvia's Place. It was a paid opportunity just to promote their current Black Friday sale. It didn't take much. It wasn't bad. There was no, I don't believe they had to approve it ahead of time. They might have, but I didn't have a problem. Now the payment, we can talk about that in the video. It took a little time, but for what it wasn't a bad experience. It was a great experience. I love Juvia's Place. I'm wearing their shadows now, but that's just an experience that I had. That doesn't matter how many followers you actually have, how many subscribers. They see you. They do. And when you tag them, they see you and they will reach out. So please don't get discouraged by how many followers you have. Sometimes that doesn't matter. A lot of brands want new and fresh faces. Why? Because the current ones have controversies. Let's be real. Finally, the last thing you want to look out for as a brand owner, reaching out for collaborations, as an influencer receiving those collaboration offers, look out for the scams. Okay, I get this a lot when I post on my Instagram and I tag brands. Immediately, because I have an email up on my Instagram, I get emails from fake opportunities, fake managers and PR reps. And I have a whole video on how to spot the scam, but sometimes they get a little tricky. Not for me personally, because I've just, listen, if you're in corporate America and you get those annual cybersecurity trainings, use that. Use those skills. We get the same ones over and over again. You actually do retain that information. So checking the email to see where the email is coming from is huge. Personally, for my brand, if I'm ever reaching out as a gifting opportunity and it is not on Instagram and I'm emailing you, it's going to come from my name at bluebabecosmetics.com. Larger brands are also going to own their domain. You're not going to see an email from a Tarte representative writing from a Gmail. That is always a dead giveaway. Always. Another dead giveaway, look at the grammar. Sorry, but look at the grammar. The grammar is going to be a big giveaway all the time, and it won't make sense. The other thing you really need to be aware of is no collaboration, no gifting opportunity, no brand reaching out is going to ask you for payment. And if you're a makeup artist and they're reaching out about working on a project, they're not going to ask you to buy the supplies. They're not. That's a scam. And it's always going to be some astronomical number like, oh, actually, we need you to get a kit from our vendor. Reach out. The answer is no, I'm not paying. I've even seen it with pet content. If you post pets, like I post my husky, brands will reach out on TikTok. Brands will reach out an email. Hey, we want to send you this. All you have to do is cover shipping. Absolutely not. That's a scam. Don't get scammed, okay? Your goal is to boost your brand, boost your name, build relationship with brands, and make money eventually. Not spend it being scammed. So please look out for that. If you were just posting and you have hashtags and brands that you've tagged or put in the hashtags are reaching out in email, closely vet the email. Check that it is from their domain and not a Gmail and not a weird name. And when you click on the email, like the name of the sender, make sure that it makes sense, guys. If Tarte is sending you an email from johnsmith@gmail.com, understand that that is not Tarte. I just want to make sure that on this journey that you're on, you're not getting scammed. Okay. So that is going to be it. Probably a really long talking video. I think a very important let's talk. And for brand owners, everything that I've said targeted towards influencers, make sure you're doing those same things. Make sure when you are reaching out, you're advising what your deliverables are. You're advising what payment is, what your budget might be for this. And influencers, don't be afraid to say thank you for your time if they tell you that you're out of their budget. Good. That's fine. Do not lower your budget because you will continue to lower your budget. That's not what we're doing here. Your price is your price. Always. But that is going to be it for this Let's Talk. I really enjoyed talking about this, and the fact that this stemmed from my friend getting product, guys, it was really unrealistic what he was asking for. But you really need to express what you are expecting from that collaboration up front. Make it make sense. That's the thing. It has to make sense, and it shouldn't cost you. But that's going to be it. If you like the video, and I'll have more beauty content. Let's Talk. We'll talk about building a beauty brand, rebranding my beauty brand. You can check out my Let's Talk series. I think I drop really good gems. I do. But that's just me. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time.